Hey, I'm back. Okay, I'm back now. I click go live, okay? Hey, I'm back. Anybody out there, please make a comment so I know if you're out there. Hi. You know, as you know, this is very difficult for me because when you are sitting down here, it's so unreal that I'm actually being watched. Hey, I see one there watching, Jose. So, habang wala pa namang nanonood, we'll just say hi. Hola, bonjour. Ano pa kayang ibang language? How to say hello? We will try to say hello in many languages. Just wait until may mga papasok na manonood. Okay, so I think good morning. Let's see what is good morning in different languages. Of course, okay. Good morning. I'll research. So, before that, I have prepared a topic for us today, and I don't know if it'll work out. You be the judge after. But for now, let's say what is good morning in what language you like? Good morning in Italian. Okay. Let's say good morning in a different language every day. So at least matuto tayo. Okay. So I'm looking at the internet. What to say? Okay. In Italian, good morning is buongiorno. I don't know if I pronounce it well. Buongiorno. Let me go to YouTube and see if somebody can pronounce it to us properly. Buongiorno. Buongiorno. Okay, how to say buongiorno. Okay, never mind. I will research it and say it properly tomorrow. So, good morning in Italian is buongiorno. Okay, so those of you who are out there say good morning, buongiorno. It's buongiorno. I will write it there so that those of you who are watching can look at it. How do you spell buongiorno? I just saw it kanina. Giorno. Okay. Para complete ang learn natin, let's make it all the way para pati spelling niya. Okay. Good morning in Italian. Is what? Isn't it so great? We can just search whatever we want on YouTube. Italian. Okay. Okay. Here it goes. How to say good morning in Italian. Nakaplay ko yan. Listen to this, huh?
How to say good morning in Italian. Buona mattina. Good morning. Buona mattina. Good morning. Now you try.
Oops, I made a mistake.
You might also say
okay.
Buongiorno.
Buongiorno.
Hello. Buongiorno. Hello. Now you try.
Okay, let's say that again. How to say
good morning in Italian. Buona mattina. Good morning. Buona mattina. Good morning. Now you try.
Buona mattina. Buona mattina.
Buongiorno. Hello. Buongiorno. Hello. Now you try.
Buongiorno. Buongiorno.
To say, did you sleep well?
Okay.
Buona mattina.
Buona mattina. Buona mattina. Buona mattina. Buona mattina and buongiorno. Okay, let me repeat that.
Good morning. Yeah. Buona mattina.
Buona mattina.
Buona mattina. Good morning. Now you try.
Buona
You
mattina.
can also say buongiorno. Hello. Buongiorno. Hello. Now you try.
Okay. So good morning is buona mattina. I'm gonna say buona mattina. I will write it down here so makikita nyo sa comment. Buona mattina. Buona mattina. Did I get it right? Buona mattina is good morning. Good morning in Italian, okay? Buona mattina, or you can also say buongiorno. Buongiorno, okay? And you can also say here, buongiorno. Oh my God. Buongiorno, okay? So in Italian, good morning, you can say buongiorno and buona mattina. Buongiorno or buona mattina. Okay, for this week, I will always be greeting you buongiorno and buona mattina. That is good morning in Italian. So, you know, the world is becoming smaller and smaller. So at least pag may makita kayo na sabi niya, oh, I'm from Italy, then you can at least say, buongiorno, buona mattina. Sorry, it's buongiorno and, sorry, it's a buona mattina. Okay, so that's our two words for today. Buongiorno and buona mattina. Okay, so I hope you are practicing with me. Buongiorno. Bon. So I think bon is means good, maybe, kasi buongiorno. So maybe bon is good and giorno is day. So morning. I don't know. But let's not bother about that first. Let's just say, you know, because when I was learning French, I was so obsessed. When I was first learning French, I was so obsessed with the grammar. So that it took me years and years to learn because I keep on memorizing in my head how to conjugate. But when people are starting to speak to me, I'm thinking, oh, how do I conjugate again? Go. And then by the time the conversation is finished, wala pa akong nasabi dahil sa utak ko, nagko-conjugate pa yung utak ko. And then one day, I thought myself, I will not bother with conjugations. I will just memorize phrases as is. Total, pag na-memorize ko na merci is thank you, hindi na yun magbabago. So I know that merci is thank you. I will not bother even with the spelling. Basta merci is thank you. And so that's what I did. So now I speak what you call basura French. So, you know, I'm not good at it, but at least I understand a little bit. So now, to be fair with you, we will start learning bits by bits Italian. Why Italian? Because I think Italian is a very, you know, the language of Romeo and Juliet. I mean, I think it's a very romantic language. Okay? It's just for that reason. So we will learn 2 words or 2 phrases, Italian phrases every day. And our 2 phrases today is buona mattina and buongiorno. Buona mattina. Buongiorno. Buongiorno. I think the tape says buongiorno. Buongiorno. Buona mattina. Buongiorno. Okay, that is good morning in Italian. Now, we are going to go with our lesson content today. If you see the title, ang sinulat ko dun is, what is the greatest trivia? Parang game lang ito. I'm using this game as an icebreaker to teach something. Okay, so bear with me. Let's play this game first. So those of you who are watching now, you can type your contribution here. Okay, let's play this game. Okay, let's see. So since it's what's the greatest trivia, we are going to search for who is the greatest in baseball, who is the greatest in investing, who is the best in soccer, who is the best country in things like that, you know. So we will just search for the best, the most awarded, the most famous investor, the most beautiful, the most ugly, the richest. Okay, so let's start. Of course, we all know that the greatest investor of all times, tingnan natin. Search with me, okay? Who is the greatest investor? Hindi ako very specific. Let's just see what Google will come up with, okay? Who is those who come up with the answers already, please post it. Who is the greatest investor, okay? Let's see what Google says. Search in the web, okay. Hey, Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett or Warren Buffet, or Warren Buffett, it says. Warren Buffett is widely regarded as the most successful in the world based on the amount of capital he started with and what he was able to grow into. Okay? So Warren Buffett is the most successful investor. That's what I thought. Okay. Who else? Who is the greatest philanthropist? Okay. Who is the greatest philanthropist of all times? Philanthropist. Who is the greatest philanthropist? Hey, Facebook user says buongiorno. I'm sorry, Facebook user. I cannot see your name, but I see you only as a Facebook user. Buongiorno. We are playing who is the greatest trivia game. I am using this as an icebreaker because I want to introduce an object, a lesson, but I want to get everybody participating. I am playing this game. So who is the greatest? The first thing that we Googled is, when I want to find out something, I ask Google how easy that is. So the first that I Googled is who is the greatest investor? And Google says Warren Buffett. Why? Because he started with very little and ended up with billions. Okay, so he's the greatest investor of all times. Later, if we have more time in others, in probably following programs, we will see why Warren Buffett is the greatest investor. We will probably see his qualities and what qualities does he have that we can all learn from. But that's not the object of the lesson today. So it's for another day. So now, the next question is, who is the greatest philanthropist? Let's see what Google says. Philanthropist. I don't know if I even pronounce it. I'm pronouncing it right. Philanthropist. Philanthropist. Oh. Who is... Sorry, I'm not fast at typing. Tsaka ang late nito, kaya... Who is the greatest philanthropist? Any guess? I think philanthropist. Sino kaya? Sino kaya? Okay. Who is the greatest philanthropist? Okay. The greatest philanthropist is, in order, the number one is Bill Gates. Bill Gates, as you all know, is the founder of what? Yeah, somebody said Bill Gates. Bravo, Facebook user. Yes, Bill Gates, who is the founder of Microsoft. Okay, So the causes that he contributes to is healthcare, extreme poverty, education, access to information technology. And I am so glad that the second greatest philanthropist is Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett. Healthcare, education, age, and prevention, sanitation. You know, I watched somewhere that Bill Gates and Warren Buffett are friends. They are friends daw noon pa. They were friends when they were not millionaires pa. Magkaibigan na sila. Kaya Warren Buffett is entrusting actually all his philanthropic donations to Bill Gates. Can you imagine that? Actually, I watched a program na tinurn over ni Buffett, I don't know how many millions to Bill Gates. Wow. What a great friendship. And the third greatest philanthropist of all times is Azim Premji. I know that Bill Gates and Warren Buffett are Americans, but the second is Azim Premji, 21 billion. And he donates to education and healthcare. Oh, I think Azim Premji. Let's research from where Azim Premji is coming from. I think he deserves at least that we know something about it, as he is the third greatest philanthropist, donating 21 billion. Okay, let's Google who is Azim Premji. Azim, at least malaman natin kung taga saan man lang siya. Azim Premji. Hey, yeah, Michael Bloomberg. I don't know kung anong number si Michael Bloomberg. Let's see what number is Michael Bloomberg. Yeah, I think Michael Bloomberg is also a philanthropist, but I don't know kung anong number si Michael Bloomberg. Ay naku, nawala na yung link ko. Then I don't know how to go back where I was. Ay nawala, go. Oh, nawala na yung link ko. Anyway, let's move on kasi nawala yung link ko eh. So the first philanthropist is sino sinabi natin? Si Bill Gates, then Warren Buffett, and third is Azim Premji. Premji? Yeah, I was going to Google kung tiga saan si Azim. Then I was, okay, Azim Premji. Tiga saan kaya ito? I'm curious. Premji. No. Premji. Premji. Diyos ko. Laging Premji. Okay, let's see. Yeah. Azim Premji pala, sorry. Azim Premji is the greatest, is the number 3 greatest philanthropist. Let's see about him. Azim Premji is an Indian business tycoon, investor, engineer, and philanthropist who is the chairman of Wipro Limited. He is formally known as the Tsar of the Indian IT industry. Wow! IT industry. Okay. So, may bago akong alam ngayon. Azim Hashim Premji. Azim Hashim Premji. So, he is an Indian IT tycoon. And he is from Mumbai, India, and he's 75 years old. And he has a net worth of 74 billion. And sa nakita natin kanina, he has a net worth of 74 billion, and he has donated 21 million US dollars. So, wow. Azim Premji. So, salute to Indians. You know, ini-small yung mga Indians. Naku, meron pala silang world-class na philanthropist. Ewan ko sa mga Philippine millionaires natin kung they belong to any class of philanthropists. I see George Soros there. I see Walton. I see Michael Bloomberg, number 3. Oh, I'm sorry. I think sa pinagtingnan ko, number 3 si ano eh. Azim Premji, but I think iba-iba ang ano, depending on who is making the ranking, iba-iba ang ranking nila. Anyway, I know that we know already that at least mga pangalan na Bill Gates is into IT, Warren Buffett is into stocks, and I think Walton is into sino bang Walton na to? Okay. George Soros, never mind. Basta, that is for greatest philanthropist. Thank you, Facebook users who are cooperating. By the way, I am playing this game, Who is the Greatest, as an icebreaker to something that a lesson that I would like to introduce. So it's just to pick your interest. I would like you to participate in this Who is the Greatest trivia. So next natin. Who is, anong interesting ba na question natin? Who is the most important? Important, sige nga, tanungin nga natin. I am curious too. Who is the most important, important what? Who is the most important inventor? Tingnan nga natin kung may ganun. Who is the most important inventor? Doesn't make sense, but let's see. Inventor. Dapat hindi important. Who is the most famous na lang? Kasi syempre important lahat naman ang investment ay ang inventor. So ito na lang. Who is the most famous inventor? Okay. Who is the most famous inventor? Those who have who are tuned in with me and who have internet, play this trivia with me. Who is the most famous inventor? Go. Archimedes, Benjamin Franklin, Louis Pasteur, and Alexander Fleming, the Montgolfier brothers, and the Clement Adder, Nikola Tesla. Wow, Nikola Tesla. Auguste and Louis Lumiere, Tim Berners-Lee. Mamma mia, I don't. Does any of those names sound familiar to you? Thomas Edison lang, yun lang familiar sa akin. Let's see what Thomas Edison invented. Okay. Thomas Edison. Okay. Thomas Edison is one of the greatest investors of all times. What do we know about Thomas Edison? Here. Thomas Alva Edison was an American inventor and businessman who has been described as America's greatest investor. What did he invent? He developed many devices in the field such as electric power generation, mass communication, sound recording, and motion picture. Ang dami pala. Okay, here's another question. What are the 3 inventions of Thomas Edison? Tingnan natin in short. Introduction. Edison is credited for contributing to various inventions, including phonograph, the kinetoscope, the dictaphone, the electric lamp, in particular the light bulb, autographic printer. He has also greatly improved telephone, inventing the carbon microphone. Wow. We owe so many things to this American inventor, Thomas Edison. I wish we could, I'm not very technical, so I cannot explain to you simply what is phonograph. Research on that. Incandescent light, alam ko na yung yung bang incandescent light, yung light bulb. Yan na lang yung alam ko lang. Okay, later maybe we will go back to the lives of these famous inventors and philanthropists. But for now, we are just playing this trivia game. Okay, what did Edison invent first? Let's see, what did he invent first? Thomas Edison is credited with invention such as the first practical incandescent light bulb and the phonograph. He held over 1,000 patents for this invention. Well, okay. We're not going in depth into Thomas Edison. At least we know that he's one of the greatest investors of all times. Nakita ko dito ang Bon Pasteur. Okay. Yeah, maybe let's research Bon Pasteur. You know why? I want to research Bon Pasteur because my son is going to a school called Bon Pasteur. Okay. My son is in a boarding school called Bon Pasteur in France. So I want to research about Bon Pasteur. Go. Bon Pasteur, Wikipedia. Ay, naku, naging French naman na ang site. I cannot read that in French. Bon Pasteur. Pasteur. Go. Never mind kasi pag sinesearch ko, French ang lumalabas. So never mind. Okay, let's go to the next trivia question. Again, for those who are just signing in, we are playing a trivia game called Who is the Greatest? So far, nakita natin na the greatest, ano ba yun? The greatest philanthropist is, sino ba? Microsoft inventor, si Warren Buffett. Oh, you see how short my memory is. Ano pa yung na-search natin? Greatest philanthropist. Ano pa yung nakita natin? Greatest. Oh my God, I should keep notes. Tingnan mo, kare-research lang natin. Nakalimutan ko na. Anyway. I'll just get papers para sulat ko na mag-key ako. Nakalimutan ko. Okay, so next search. I see there are 6 people joining us today. We are playing Who is the Greatest Trivia. Okay. Ano kaya? Who is the worst? Who is the worst? Ano kaya? Worst what? Worst inventor. Meron bang ganun? Ito natin. Okay. Time magazine included both leaded gasoline and CFCs on its list of the worst inventions. Really? Leaded gasoline? Worst invention? Bakit kaya? CFCs? Really? Why is lead gasoline the worst invention? I don't know. If you want to research that, research it. I'm surprised that lead gasoline is the worst invention. Okay, here. What are the worst inventions of all times? Okay. Top answer. Ano ba? Full list. I accept. Okay. Accept na nga lahat. Segway, Nuco, Clippy, Agent Orange, Q-Cut. Ano pa? Oh, no, never mind. Okay, basta, lead gasoline is the worst investment. If you want to know why, you research it, okay? Now, who is the greatest baseball player? Okay? Greatest baseball player. Natin, who is the greatest baseball player? Okay, sino kaya? Babe Ruth. Ranking the 25 baseball players of all times. Tingnan natin. Okay. Let's see. Here are our picks for the 10 best players in baseball history. Jackie Robinson, Mickey Mantle, Ty Cobb, Stan Musial, Ted Williams, Babe Ruth, Hank Aaron. Marami pala sila. Akala ko si Babe Ruth ang greatest baseball player. Hindi pala eh. Si Jackie Robinson. Akala ko si Pele from Brazil. Hindi rin naman pala. I don't know anything about it. My God. Nakikita ko dito, Joe DiMaggio, Pete Rose, Mike Trout, Ricky Henderson. Madami. Okay. But the point is, the world is obsessed na kung sino ang greatest, who is the most beautiful, who is the most awarded actress, who is the most famous actor, what's the best Korean drama, what is the most watched Chinese drama, who is the best prime minister, who is the best president, who is the most beautiful actor. Basta obsessed tayo ng most, from the greatest down. You know, that's human nature. Di ba? Na parang in a small town in Lagawe or Ifugao, naku, sino kaya ang pinakamayaman? Sinong pinakamaganda? Sinong pinakamagaling sa school? Sinong pinakapangit? Sinong pinakamataba? So lahat tuloy tayo, conscious tayo na, naku, ang pangit ko, maganda sila, you know, I'm the most pangit, I'm the most, yung mga naman magaganda man, I'm the most maganda, I'm the richest, I drive the most car. Tapos at the other end, ako yung pinakapangit, ako yung pinaka-poor, ako yung pinakamaidan, ako yung inila na, you know, we label ourselves. You know, why do we do that? Because the world does that. Tingnan mo nga, kaya may Hall of Fame para sa mga artista, may Hall of Fame para sa, I don't know, you know, those who have been to New York, may Hall of Fame dome na Hall of Fame, kaya sabi nila Hall of Fame, nandun yung mga greatest baseball players, greatest actors, greatest whatever, you know, even in our own family, we rank our children. Sino bang pinakamabait sa mga anak ko? Sino ba ang pinakamagaling? Sino ba ang pinakatabed? Mabuti sana kung ang pinaka natin is ginagamit natin yung comparison na yun to, you know, to bring out something good from the person. Pero kung naghahanap tayo ng pinakamaganda, pinakapangit, para lang tayo ay maging, ako ang pinakamaganda, ako ang pinakamagaling, ako ang pinaka, you know, it makes you very, very mayabang. It makes you very like, no, hindi ka tuloy namamansin dahil akala mo sino ka na, you know. And I'm not talking of you, I'm talking of people in general. Like, you know, when I never came out of Lagawi, akala ko, naku, sa Lagawi, ito na ang pinaka. Paglabas ko pala dito sa Europe, naku, yung nakita ko pa sa Lagawi, nothing but, you know, people are starting there thinking they're pinaka, but they just don't know that when they go out, their pinaka is nothing. So let's not be mayabang kasi akala natin pinaka tayo sa smallest fund. I mean, fund. But when we go out, naku, you know, wala pala. So, you know, wala tayong bragging, right? Let's all be humble. That's what I am saying. Oh, kaya ito, may nakakatawa. Sa Pilipinas, pagka may maganda, naku, maganda ako. Kala mo. Kasi maganda, naku, you don't only know na outside the Pilipinas, kung dito lang sa Europe at any other country. Sa atin kasi pag mataas ang ilong mo, ganyan ka. Ang ganda-ganda mo, you don't only know that outside Pilipinas, people don't care about that. Kasi dito, pag sakay mo sa metro, ang gaganda nila. Gaganda ng ilong, gaganda ng mata. Gaganda by Philippine standards. Pero dito, common lang yun. O ka sa Pilipinas, maganda ka na lang ng konti, akala mong sino ka na. Hindi mo alam na sa labas, wala yan. It doesn't count. Kaya kung napapansin ko lang most na alam ko na yung mga nag-asawa ng mga foreigners. Tingnan nyo, kaya pag nakikita nyo mga foreigners, I'm saying hindi na naman lahat baka may gagalit sa akin. Ang daming mga foreigners nakita mo, ano kaya? Kasi Pilipino tayo, syempre yung mentality ko na kung ano yung maganda is yung Philippine mentality na dapat dapat maputi, dapat, ganyan-ganyan. Kaya nakita ko, by Philippine standards, hindi maganda, pero sa mga puti, maganda. Kasi yun ang naiiba dito. Yung yung maganda sa atin common dito, di ba? Kaya yung mga pangit sa standard natin, sa kanila maganda, di ba? Kasi yung maganda natin, commonplace dito. Yung pangit natin, nag-stand out dito. No. I'm just saying, observation ko lang yun. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's true. That's just my observation. And my point is, if you think you are maganda, well and good. There's nothing bad about being maganda. There's nothing bad about being rich. There's nothing about being the most maganda, being the most, having the most of anything. Basta hindi ka lang mayabang na hindi mo ginagamit yung kasi ikaw ang ginagamit mo na kasi ikaw ang pinakamaganda, pinakaganito na to look down and say, ang tatamad nyo kasi kaya yan, mga poor kayo or hindi ako makapaghalubilo dahil ano lang naman siya, you know. You use your pinaka to discriminate others. And I think that's not a good thing. Diba? I think we are all guilty of that, myself included. But now that I'm nearly dying, I thought, oh, Leticia, actually, you know nothing, you are nothing, wala kang alam, tahimik ka na lang dyan. And then here I am, nanggugulo sa live streaming. It's just for those who don't know yet, ulit-ulitin ko uli. Ifugao Cyber Channel is created as an effort of ICW Watchdog Group na magkaroon ng Ifugao Cyber Channel at malay mo, marami tayong subscribers at ma-reach natin yung sabi nila na pwede daw ma-monetize ang YouTube channel, di maganda para magkaroon tayo ng income para hindi tayo solicit, di ba? So, those of you who are free na wala din lang kayong ginagawa, I mean, tune in pag nagla-live ako. Nagla-live ako because our channel have just started. Wala pa tayong videos. So just to keep our channel going, I've decided na mag-live ako every day. Pag nagla-live ka every day, ano ba naman ang dadalhin ko? So I'm trying to find content. Okay? Na that would interest you. Okay, so today we are playing the trivia, the greatest greatest trivia game. Na-trivia na natin na the greatest inventor is greatest inventor is sabihin na natin Thomas Edison. The greatest philanthropist is sino ba to? Founder of Microsoft, Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, and the rest. The greatest inventor is Thomas Edison, the greatest baseball player among the great. Sabihin na lang natin kasi baka magalit yung iba. Pele, Ruth Babe, sino pa? Madami. Okay? And we are playing this game. It's just to make us realize na I just want us to think na bakit kaya ang world obsessed ng who is the greatest, who is the most, who is the bestest. Bakit kaya may obsession ang world ng who is the best, who is the greatest? Bakit tayo kaya obsessed ng ganun? Because I think that is human nature, you know? By nature, man is, by nature, man is prideful, man is greedy. And the object of pride is yung to be happy of, not because you have something, but because you have more than your neighbor. You have more than somebody else. You know, that's the object of being prideful and greedy. Gaya ng, kaya nga may mga patok na patok ang, limited edition yan. Yung bag ko, limited edition yan. Yung bag ko, Louis Vuitton yan. Diba? And I think that's why advertisers take advantage of yung weakness ng tao na ganyan. Kaya may limited edition, 10 pairs all over the world. Kaya yung mga nakakabili ng, yung mga owners ng limited edition na yun, nako, masyado silang prideful dahil, there are only 10 owners of this Louis Vuitton bag in the world and I'm the owner. You know, I mean, pride nila yun. But think about it. If tomorrow they will die, what happens to that? Will they bury you with your limited edition Louis Vuitton? Or, Louis Vuitton is just not even super luxury. Sabihin natin, with your limited edition Gucci bag, Why do you buy these limited things? Do you really need such brands? I mean, high branded, most expensive things? Do they add value to your life, or do they add, I don't know. It's a validation of your pride, for instance, or a validation that you're rich, you know? I am not saying that having the most expensive things or buying the most expensive things is bad per se. No, it's not bad. Because if you can afford it, it may be very, very expensive to me, but for you, it's something very affordable. You don't even care. You can throw it away, you know? But ako na walang-wala, ay nako, ang yaman. But my point there is, do we really have to have all these very, very, very expensive things? I mean, nothing wrong if you have that, but if you use that as an object to, you know, feed on your pride, to feed on your, you know, ego, and look down at other people, I think there is where the bad comes in, right? So, to be the greatest of anything, pinakamagaling sa klase, pinakamaganda, you know, those are blessings, but these blessings become a curse unto us kung ginagamit mo yun na to, you know, just because you are the most, yung pride mo na masyado ka ng mataas na ayaw mo nang kumilala ng iba na you think are lesser than you. Okay? Shout out to OFW Kailian. Do you want to come up? Shout out to the Facebook users who are watching us. Yan ang mga ginagawa ng mga YouTubers na nakita ko pag nakikita nila. Shout out po tayo kay ganito. Shout out po tayo kay ganito. My. I love to do that, but honestly, I cannot possibly do that all day. Na shout out kay ganito. Shout out kay ganito. I mean, does that have a value? Honestly? Well, maybe it does. So, I'm just so glad na ang nakikita ko lang dito is Facebook user, so I don't have to name anybody. But I'll be glad to name you pag nakikita ko kayo. But now, on my screen, I don't see your name. I only see OFW Kailian. Hi. Shout out. Okay? So back to our topic. Who is the greatest trivia? Okay. So, this is the 20th century. We are entering the 21st century. And still also ang who is the greatest? Who is the most? Who is the worst? Now. Ito na yung topic na gusto kong i-introduce. Why am I playing this what is the greatest game? Okay, I am displaying this what is the greatest name first to make us realize that we should beware of this greatest concept, because this is, this is feeding on our ego, and in the end, we suffer because of this. How do we suffer because of this ego trip? For instance, instead na ibili mo na lang ng masarap na pagkain at iuwi mo at bili mo ng masarap na pagkain na masustansya because health is wealth, anong gagawin mo? Naku, mag-save ka, hindi ka bibili ng ganyan dahil papangarapin mo na bibili ng gold necklace, gold, I don't know, whatever gold is that tapno. I mean, having gold accessories is fun, but I just don't see the sense of na kayang ihablem na gold hi tungod mo inhabhablem nan gold hi taklem. But numatigo putum o ya ay ni adya. Nako, hindi ay apo, instead ang kinan mo kumatay, you could have afforded the best quality food, or hinaad mo ay numatigo putum numa extra all pang itiren in save mo igatang mo gold or whatever. Well, I'll not make a judgment at para hindi kayo magalit sa akin itong sinasabi ko. What do you prefer? Every day, pag tingnan nyo ako, wow, look at my sunglasses, latest edition, latest model. Sorry, this is not latest edition anything. Mura lang yan. Murang-mura, I can throw it away because murang-mura lang. Nothing. Ito, nothing in me is latest edition. But, just for an example, let's imagine na, I have gold teeth, I have diamond, I have whatever. Ako, I am walking like, Ha ha, look at me. Latest edition, latest everything. If you try to see, magkano lang, glasses ko pa lang, magkano, banggol ko pa lang, magkano, jacket ko pa lang, magkano. But if you follow me to my house, pagpasok ko pa lang sa bahay ko, ay naku, ano bang ulam? Wala ka palang ulam. Ay naku, maigayam di pitadolyo. That's an exaggeration. Hindi na tayo gumagamit ng pitadolyo. But that's just exaggerating it para ano, ba ma-imagine nyo? I mean, what kind of person would you like to be? Ano? Alam mo, ang gustong-gusto ko, you know, yung, I remember, hiapo pemanan din kaya, ang peman hiapon, uray noon, oh. Not only me, I stop. So, because I want you think of your nanhiapuyo, nanhiinayo, tigon ni peman niya, nakasimpleda, lubong daya, they make do of anything, ay apo reuse, ngay indat idida, peman nakasimpleda kung maidan, mo inakayang, peman anwaday hanate, ibaya waday inundugoya, waday eda ukaton, I mean, honestly, I want to be that kind of person. But sadly, the truth is I have failed. I have nothing. Pamain. That's why I'm telling you this, not for you, but for me, because for me it's too late. Kagalamon umeha. So I'm telling you, yung mga young people now, you know, invest in something that you can be proud of, you know? Diba? Just yesterday, before I went to bed, 2 o'clock, I watched a film about a grandmother, you know, it's a Korean film, na The Way Home. It talks of a single mother, an imbati na ng imbabarena, hibaryo huway apuna, o yung impatigo na apuna inon nakuban, mang ego po na kubara yan, ang imathidimon mang mangya, ininom-nom apo, inon agi nakuba apo mo, but it reminded me, apo pe man anak kaya, inon, she may had nothing, but she gave me all the best and the best memories. I remember, maidan pa man niya, kaya nga, bunday haapo ta, amuna nan kutiman, taidat nan oy, my God, Leticia, mahiya ka nga, hindi ko ba kumarunong magkutim noon, napipay tahi apoy mong kutim, ahina idat iha, oy. Oh, my God. But I do hope na lahat na yung na nanonood, you know, you can relate with that, anak kaya, you know. Honor your apo while they are still there, because one day they will go and you will be like me. I will look back and say, oh my gosh, I miss my apo. I'm already old, so of course, normal and made mo apo. But those of you who wada pa apo na ya, make them the most in your life, you know. Make them the most. You be the most greatest apo for them, you know. Never mind yung most beautiful or most whatever, most nice cutex or whatever. Be the most nicest apo na lang sa iapo yu bago da ume. And to think of it, be the most nicest imbabale for your parents while they are still there, you know. To my mom, I'm not the best daughter, but I mean, I try. Shout out to my mom. And shout out to all the mothers out there. Okay? Nag-deviate na naman ako ng topic. Pero hindi naman, most pa rin yun eh. Di ba? Kasi sabi ko, the world is mahilig sa most pinakamaganda, most greatest player, greatest ganito. Why don't we personalize the most? Wag na lang tayong mag-idolize ng most beautiful Korean actor, most beautiful Korean actress. Wag na lang. That is so far. It will never ever impact our lives. Napakalayo yun. Anong maitutulong nun sa atin? Bakit na lang hindi tayo mag-create na lang ng most in our own personal life to make us better people, you know, to like motivate us to be better, to make better choices. Gaya ng instead of idolizing and ambitioning to have the most expensive Louis Vuitton bag edition, why not ambition na, you know, I'll try to be the best apo that I can ever be. I will try to give my mom the best memories that she'll never forget. I will try to give my children the best memory that they can ever have, so that they will know that I love them, because, mothers think that we can buy the love of our children, but I'm telling you, no. Maybe we think we can, but actually, if you ask your children, what they remember is not the most expensive thing you bought them, but what they remember is the happiest that they have ever been. I wonder, my daughter is there. If I will ask her happiest memory, childhood memory, I wonder if it has to do with money. Let me ask her if she
No,
will.
I don't want to.
No, I will just answer. You don't have to come here. What's your happiest memory? Childhood memory. Quick, don't have to think. What? Come, VPT? Ocean? Okay. Random answer yun. Tinanong ko sa anak ko. Ano daw yung most memorable niya, childhood. Ang sagot niya is VPT at saka Ocean. Yung VPT kasi, parang scouting lang dito. Scout na nag-gather sila ng mga bata, tapos pupunta silang mag-camping, I don't have a lot of money, kaya hindi ko naman kayang mag-holiday kami na sa expensive places. Mag-holiday lang kami dito around, dyan lang, pupunta lang kami out of town, or somewhere cheap na we can camp. Hindi ko kaya ang mahal na holiday. So, ang ginawa ko nung bata sila, naghanap ako ng Camp VPT. Meron dito parang budget holiday for children. Parang rough camping. So, every year, every vacation, nagra-rough camping sila. Kaya nga naisip ko, minsan, maganda sana kung meron dyan sa Ifugao, something like VPT na yung those children who never went on holiday, parang magka-camping sila for free. Ang ganda sana yun na program, because nagtataka ako, year after year, mga anak, pinagkwentuhan pa rin nila yung experiences nila sa VPT camp. Maganda yun kasi hindi magkakakilala ang mga bata Hindi sila magkakakilala, but every year, iba-ibang group, and you are forced to mag-holiday, mag-camping sa, French Alps or sa anywhere na mag-camping at mura ang bayad, And those are part of their childhood memories. Sa Ocean naman, na sinabi niya, kasi dito, mura lang kung under 10 yung anak mo, you can buy 1-year subscription sa mga amusement parks. So, kung yung bata sila, bumili ako ng 1-year subscription kung saan-saan. Kasi bali, ang magbabayad, ikaw lang na adult, tapos libre na yung mga bata. Kaya ako, isang adult, 3 anak ko, tapos nag-i-invite pa ako ng iba. Minsan, 6 na bata ang dala-dala ko. Ako lang ang nagbayad. So, that's why marami silang memory doon sa Ocean at mga iba pang theme parks kasi murang-mura. So, I'm not trying to say to brag. What is there to brag about it? That's just cheap holidays. What I'm saying is, if you can, it doesn't have to be a holiday anywhere. It can be a holiday in your backyard. It can be a pretend dinner in a chic restaurant. I-prepare mo lang yung table, tapos gadahan mo ng pag-prepare, ng pagluto. Sabihin mo, magpalit kayo. Imagine that you are guest, para lang mag-practice sila how to, sit properly. Ganyan. Make-believe kaya. Kasi di ba ang mga bata, ang hilig naman nila ng make-believe Okay? Para yung anak mo siguro sabihin nila, my most cherished memory when I have a child, I played with my mom and we played, that I'm a VIP visitor, or that I'm the president, or I'm a guest princess, or whatever. Make it as crazy and ridiculous as it can be para ma-imprint sa utak nila. Because now that I am old, I look back and ano kaya ang memories ko sa nanay ko. I remember my mom. My mom doesn't read or write, but he tried to teach me the only one song that he knows. Kinanta ko na nga nung first na live video ko Can you imagine? It has really marked me. One song. That on my first video, it just came out of my mouth. And I will sing it again for you if you want.
No, don't sing it.
My daughter says, don't sing, but I'll sing it anyway. You don't like me to sing? Basta, I have 2 hands, the left and the right. Hold on a pie so clean. May action pa yan. Tuturo ng nanay ko. Action ko daw. Oh, my poor mom. Yun lang ang alam ng nanay ko na kanta. Pero it has entered me. So all of you, You should teach more. Tama yung nanay ko, no read, no write. Tinuruan ako ng English na kanta. Kayo pa, na mothers out there, and ang daming resources. You just go to Google, favorite primary songs, favorite children's songs, easy children's songs. I-Google nyo lang. But don't let your children watch it alone. Sing along with them. You copy it. Isulat ninyo. Bigyan niyo sila ng stars as a play games with them. Give them good memories. It doesn't have to be expensive. Nalulungkot ako ngayon na ang akala ng iba, that the greatest memories you could give your children are expensive things or expensive holidays. No way. It doesn't mean uray no munad ibulaw basta na kang idadaan yung kanila agat mo dadaan tot metong ibulaw imason tao munhaan kayo at ito'y budget tao kayo tayo gatang ngay ihaang tao. All those things will become part of their memory. Ganyan ka-important ang memory. And I realize how important memory is kasi, alam niyo, hindi ako umuwi ng almost going 16 years yata eh. The first time na umuwi ako, December yun eh, so homecoming. So when I saw all my batchmates, I was hugging everyone like crazy. Naintriga pa ako kasi bakit daw nag-hug ako. I'm sorry. But I was just so happy to see everybody. But when I look at everybody's faces, what made me sad is with some, I don't recall any memories with them. And I'm thinking, sayang naman. May regret, sana. Alam ko lang na after all these years, babalikan ko sila and tingnan ko sila and I think of memories that I had with them, wala. Tapos, I wanted to apologize sa kanila na I hope you don't have bad memories with them. But hindi na kasi they will not understand that I'm very emotional just because I've been away for so long and then I saw them. But what I'm trying to say is memories are so important. So instead of worshiping the most whatever and trying to be the most well-dressed person, the most, I don't know, whatever trivia, why don't we become the most to the persons who matter to us most, di ba? To our children, to our parents, to our siblings. Shout out to mga siblings ko. I'm the worst sibling. Although you don't know, I'm trying. But, let us all, ako included, baka sabihin niyo naman, nagle-lecture ako na hindi ko naman ini-include ang sarili ko. Of course, I'm including myself in it. Why don't we be the best version of ourselves for other people? Diba? After all, that's what the Bible says, right? Ano bang sabi ng Bible? Ano ba yun? Do unto others what you want others do unto you. Diba? That is putting it in a positive way. In a negative way, like, do not do unto others what you do not want others to do unto you. How does that apply? Okay, let us apply it. Kunyari sabihin mo, I want to be the best. I want to have the most number of rings, the most number alahas para pagpunta ko sa kasal, look at me, look at me, look at me. Is that a good goal? No. No, to you maybe, but I'm saying no, that's not a good goal at all. Kasi pag namatay ka na, at ililibing ka na, bakit? Pupunta ba yung mga tao at sabihin, pemanhile, tinakayang, ano aday kasaan na ngayon, yan, kapinpintasan, karakdak ko di alahas na. I don't think so. That somebody will say that on your deathbed. People will say, nakayang, timan, ano aday, at hito inoy inat, nan maidan ako, ibinadangan ako, whatever. They only remember the good things that we did. Diba? Kayang bumayin na ni babae. Naglaladlad ako kung ano-ano. But what do you want me to talk about in this live stream?
No, good job.
Good job, sabi ng anak ko. Pero sa totoo lang, ikakahiyan nila ako. But anyway, I will go on and on and on and talk about because I want to grow Ifugao Cyber Channel. Those of you who don't like what I am saying, like I said, please send me content so we will talk about it. So back to our topic. Again, I am talking about the greatest, the most, the best, because the world is obsessed with the best. So the world is awarding the best attitude, we wear t-shirts of our idols. We wear, branded things. We love branded bags. We love branded everything. Well, I have nothing against branded things because most of the time quality naman sila. But, let's go for quality, not just because it's branded. Let's go for quality. I mean, let me say this again. I do not have any problem kung branded. Okay lang kung kaya mo. Why not? You deserve it. You deserve it. Really, you deserve it. That's not my problem. What I'm saying is, kung gusto mo lang na magkaroon ng mga branded, ng mga most ano-ano, para lang gamitin mo yun to, feed on your ego at to be higher than your neighbor or to be magyabang sa neighbor mo and to make your neighbor feel miserable and to make your neighbor say, hey, look at me. I am more than you. I am richer. I am better. I have this bag. I can speak good English. La, la, la. I mean, that's totally wrong. At the end of our life, I don't think Heavenly Father or God will give us any points for having the best of any material thing. Do you think? What do you think? Do you think God will reward us for any material thing we have? What do you think? I don't think so. I don't think so. But I do know that having material things or amassing material thing is not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. Being the most educated, being the richest, is not a bad thing. Being the greatest, the most, the best in anything else is not a bad thing. But there's a consign. There's a consign. How did they say it in law? But being the best in anything and everything is not at all a sin or is not at all bad. If, pakinggan nyo, do not forget it. If you hearken unto the Lord. What does that mean? If you hearken unto the Lord. Okay? Who is Lord? Lord is God. Hindi ko na-define kung Jesus or what. Basta God. Alam na natin ang concept ng God. If you hearken unto God. What does hearken mean? Tingnan natin. Ano ba ang exact meaning ng hearken? So what did I say? Being the best in anything, being the richest, being the most beautiful, owning the most, the branded, all the branded things in this world, being the best, having the best taste, the best nose, the best whatever, it's not a sin, okay? It's not a sin. It's good. If, okay? If, ito na yung if, If you hearken unto the Lord, that's very easy. Hearken unto the Lord. Hearken unto the Lord. If you hearken unto the Lord. If you hearken unto the Lord. Let's translate what hearken means. Para hindi natin makilimutan. Pati ako, I don't know the exact nuance of hearken. I know na hearken is, hearken is what? Hearken. Hearken? It's archaic. Hearken pala is listen. It's an archaic verb. Hearken is a verb. It means listen. Okay. Use. He refused to hearken to Tom's words of wisdom. So he refused to listen. So hearken is the archaic word for listen. Archaic meaning antique word or the old way of saying listen. Okay. Hearken. Okay. What is hearken in the Bible? Okay, let's see. Usage. Traditionally, hearken means to listen. The word has an archaic and formal air today, in part stemming from its extensive use in King James Bible as in Mark 7 verse 14. Hearken unto me, every one of you. Okay? Hearken unto me, every one of you. Who is saying that one? Hearken to you. Hearken to me, every one of you. Sinong nagsasalitan dyan? That's in Mark 7 verse 14. God says, hearken unto me, every one of you. Meron bang exempted dyan? What do you think? Are you exempted dyan? Hearken unto you, saith, hearken unto me, all of you, saith the Lord of hosts. Anybody who thinks they're exempted? Exempted ba kayo sa hearken unto me? Huh? Even if you think you don't believe in God, are you exempted? Do you think just because you think you're exempted, you will be, if there's a such thing as heavenly punishment, exempted ba kayo? Sino bang exempted sa hearken? Yeah, hearken unto me. nasabi sa Mark 7. Hearken unto me, every one of you. Who says that? Not Leticia, okay? Hearken unto me, every one of you. Who says that? Not me. It's in Mark 7:14. So, because it's in Mark 7:14, it's God who says that to us. Hearken unto me, every one of you. Sinto nitong every one of you? Tayong lahat. Tayo pong lahat na nilalang sa mundong ito. Lahat included, walang exempted. Di ba? LGBTQRS included dyan, mga whatever classification, even if you're atheist, even if you're, I don't know what religion you're worshiping, everybody is included in this one. Hearken unto me, every one of you. Now, bakit ba tayo napunta sa hearken? Yun nga pala. Kasi sinabi kong being the bestest and the mostest and, I don't know, the be-all and the end-all and the owner of the most, the owner of all whatever branded things is not bad, or the most educated or whatever you want to brag about is not bad, if and only if you hearken unto the Lord, you listen unto the Lord. Ano ba yung mga sinasabi ni Lord na pakinggan natin? It's in the Bible. Where's my Bible here? So it's in the Bible. Mga gusto lahat because di ba, God talks to us through the Bible. The Bible is His Word. He is not there to whisper in our ears and to read to us the Bible, but sinulat niya. Diba? The Bible is the Word of God. May mga magsasabi na naman na, sinulat lang ng tao yung Bible, blah, 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 blah. I don't care kung sinulat ng tao. As far as I'm concerned, the Bible is inspired by God. So, and you don't have the right to say sinulat ng tao lang yun if you have not read it and you have not pondered it and you have not. And if you don't know anything of the Bible, alam mo lang a few things about the Bible that will not qualify as you know. Even me, I know nothing about the Bible, nothing at all. But it doesn't prevent me from believing that it is indeed the word of God. Because sometimes I read and I ponder and I say, oh God, really, indeed the Bible is your word. Without it, I'm nothing, I'm nada. Everybody is nada. Okay, so. What else? Okay, so far, what sense did I make? So far. Because I want you to, pag-usapan naman yung pinag-uusapan natin dito. Diba? So as an icebreaker, I introduce to you what is the greatest trivia. Okay? So we played that game. And you can do your own version of that game. Diba? Pwede niyong gawin yung version yan sa pagturo sa mga anak nyo for any principle that you want to teach your children while eating at the table, pag-usapin yun yung trivia. At the same time, matuto din yung mga anak nyo, di ba, na mag-research. Sabihin nyo, okay, let's research. Who is the greatest writer? Why is he the greatest writer? Who is the greatest philanthropist? Why is he the greatest philanthropist? What character does he have na pwede niyong tularan? Who is the most successful seller? Who is the most successful inventor? Bakit ba naging successful sila? Ano mga buhay nila? Ano ang character nila? Saan sila nag-umpisa? Ano ang mga character nila? Ano ang mga ginawa nila? Anong klaseng tao sila? Because sabi nga nila, we learn from what we read, diba? That's why we're encouraged to read so that we will learn. Sino pang pag-aralan natin ang buhay nila kung yung mga hindi naging greatest or good in something which help humanity? Diba? Kaya people write about the lives of the greatest people who have greatest achievements, who have benefited the world. Because that's important. Yeah. Which reminds me, I have a book about that, the greatest people, the greatest people that we can emulate. Yeah, I have a book like that. So I think in a following live streaming, we will talk about the lives of the greatest people who ever lived, But actually, the greatest man who ever lived on this earth, it's nobody and nobody and nobody alone but Jesus Christ. The greatest person who ever lived in the world. Not only the greatest person, but the greatest in everything. The only sinless person who ever walked the earth, the most perfect person, the most humble person, the most of anything most that you can think of. Not maybe the richest in point of material thing, but in everything else. In character, in honesty, in integrity, in patience, in everything and anything, he's the most perfect. except he's not the richest. So what does that it say to you? If even Jesus Christ is not the richest, should you set your heart to the riches of this world? I'm not saying you should not, because like I said, why, I mean, it's fun to be rich, man. How cool would it be if I can say, hey, what, you know what? I'll buy you tickets, come to Europe, you know, or, you know what? I will charter a plane and you come. Of course, that would be great and great and great indeed. But I think if I have such riches, I will not be even talking here. I will not be even talking in front of you. I will be so pumped up in my pride that probably I will even deny that I'm an Ifugao to begin with. I'll probably invent something like, oh, I don't know, no, I don't know how to speak Ifugao, or I don't know how to talk Tagalog, or, you know what, Pinoy, Filipino? No, I'm not. I'm sorry. Paparatoki ko ang mukha ko because I will not look like an Ifugao, or I don't want to look like a Filipino, or, I will come at the airplane and strut walking like, a big movie star. So probably God said, Leticia, to become rich is not good for you. Stay poor as you are, so that you will humble yourself and, blabber on ICW one day and see if people, some people will listen to you. Hey, somebody's watching here in Taiwan. Hello, hello. Hello, Kailian. I see you're there laughing with me. Hindi pa muna ako nagpakyat because I want to monologue. I will just try na mag-monologue and see. Please naman, those who's watching this video, please rate. I'm honest when I say, please make suggestions. I mean, tell me what I can do to make this live streaming very, very interesting, because I intend to do this on a daily basis para naman to keep our channel alive. Kasi kung hindi ko gagawin na mag-live everyday, mamamatay ang channel natin. Kasi I know you're all busy and I know nobody takes me seriously. Kayong mga members, maybe some are taking seriously. But majority, more than majority, will not take me seriously. Nasabihin kong, please, subscribe. Let us grow our channel para maray mo kung malaking-malaki na. Pwede tayong magpabayad ng mag-advertise or mag-advertise ang YouTube sa atin at magkapera tayo at meron tayong gagamitin na pangtulong sa mga nangangailangan. Bullshit. Do you believe me? I know you don't. So, but I believe it. I believe in my own vision. I believe na, yeah, pwedeng mangyari. So, I'll make a fool of myself here every day for the next 1 year kasi binayaran ko na itong live streaming. Wala akong pera, but I paid for the live streaming. So, tuloy-tuloy na lang ko na lang ng 1 year. After 1 year, walang nangyari, then I will say, hey, at least I will tell my children that when on my dying bed, they will say, yeah, my mom was stupid enough to live stream for a whole year. And you know what? Nothing happened. And then I would say, yeah, nothing happened, but I'm glad I did it. So when I die and I'll be in heaven, I said, yeah, I was so stupid. I tried for a year and it didn't work. So what can I do? I only tried. And at least my basis naman ako eh. I worked so hard for ICW for 7 years. Saan nakarating? Wala po. Saan ba nakarating ang ICW? Wala. I just put out myself there to call bias, to call in nilam, umanamot, umanamot, kaya kakaraingan mo, that hurts. But ang kapal ng mukha ko, never mind. I hope. Time will tell if ICW will do some good or some bad. Ito pala ang gusto kong i-clarify. I want to clarify. Lately kasi nadidiscuss yung sports complex sa Ifugao. Let's make this very clear. For all Ifugaos, me included, of course, we are all very happy that our politicians are thinking of building a sport complex. Okay? We are not objecting that. We are happy that our governor, that our current officials have a vision of building a sport complex. That's not a bad idea. Who will object to that? Who will object to that? For me, I do not object to sport complex because I think sports is a very, very important. We may think as sports, it's sports lang, but sports really is very, very important for children too because it develops their muscles, it develops, camaraderie between them. Because of sports, they will learn how to interact with other people, they will learn how to cooperate, it's good for their health, it's very important. On a personal note, my son, before when he was younger here, it's very difficult here kasi, difficult. So my son went to a very difficult process. I don't know about it because I put him in a school where I think walang masyadong in common sa mga classmates niya. So for a while, wala siyang kaibigan. Naging siguro hindi siya masyadong confident. So wala siyang kaibigan. So you know what? He turned into boxing. Sabi niya sa akin, Mom, I will learn how to box. I'm thinking, boxing? Ang lit-lit mo because he was small then. Gusto mo ng boxing? Wah! And I said, no, I want boxing because we went on a holiday somewhere. May na-meet siyang tiga dito at nagbabox daw. Then he started boxing. So sabi ko, okay, you go boxing. Years after, sabi niya sa akin, thank you for agreeing na mag-boxing ako because at the time, I was so frustrated with so many things. And pag pumunta ako sa boxing, doon ko na lang dinadaan yung frustrations ko because I like to talk to you but I don't know how to talk to you because if I talk to you, you always say, yeah, that's nothing. You just do this. I mean, you always tell me that it's not a big deal. So I didn't like to tell you. So dinaan ko na lang sa boxing. If I go there, all my frustrations, dinaan ko sa boxing. So, telling this because to tell you that, no, I believe in sports and I'm so happy that we are having a sports complex. What a great thing kung talagang magkakaroon ng sport complex at meron tayong oval that people can, in the morning, people can go to the oval and run and practice. Children can go and run and play basketball and play tennis and it will be so wonderful. I am not kontra dyan. Pinag-uusapan lang naman yung location. Ano ba ang pinakamagandang location? Pero ngayon na pinili ng mga leaders natin na ang location ay sa Cadel, and I was corrected. Ang pronunciation pala ng Cadel is hindi daw Cadel, Kagel. Sabi nung mga original na taga Bunne ba? Or Burnay, na original ng Ilagawi. Hay pangarida Cadel, yabokon Cadel, te Kagel, metaud Kagel. So, my apologies if I always said Cadel or even spelled it Cadel sa ICW Watchdog. High pronunciation na gayam Kagel, bokon Cadel, Kagel gayam. So, yan, klaro, point of clarification lang po. ICW or I don't think anybody in their right mind, nobody is against the sport complex project. Lahat tayo, happy tayo dyan. Ang pakiusap lang natin is, yung location sana, pero ngayon, nag-decide na sila na sa Kagel, well, they have all our blessing. We wish them well. Alangan naman na, maski kasi gusto natin na ibang location na hindi na tayo supportive, di egoist tayo. Dapat, as adults, kung hindi nangyari ang gusto natin, tanggapin natin, we are adults. So, now, kasi napili na ang Kagel, all the best. I wish you all the best to our public officials who are having that dream of creating a sport complex. Pagbutihin nyo po, ipagdasal natin sila. And I think if they have a political will to finish it, it can really be finished. Worse, because ang governor natin, he's a civil engineer, so he knows what he's doing. Supportive na ngayon ang mga board members kasi hindi na nagkokontrahan ang mga board members at ang governor, which was happening in the past. Nagkaroon tayo ng malaking savings because I think laging nagkokontrahan, but for the very first time, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I think for the very first time, nagkaisa ang executive at legislative body natin. So, I hope they will take that momentum na, push Ifugao. So, move forward. Gawa kayo ng sport complex. And not only sport complex, but push the Ifugao Hospital para matapos na. Kawawa na tayo na. Uray pa man naran maida niya ay nakarigat. I went home once sa Ifugao and then I went to Banmit. Ay kaasid. Imagine, the capacity of Banmit is 45 and my sister said sometimes nag-average sila ng 8 to 220 beds. Saan mo isasaksak mga yun? That's why, patients are overflowing sa corridor. Ay, naku, what a sight to behold. Wow, I felt so bad when I saw that. I felt so bad. Kasi syempre kung i-compare mo sa mga nakita natin dito, i-compare mo those of you who are outside, you know that we are, light years away. My God, light years away kaya. How could that be? Na light years away tayo when you compare the taxes, pareho lang naman Magkano bang business tax sa Philippines? Somebody told me that it's 45%. That's ridiculously high. Even Switzerland yung business tax ng Switzerland, it's not 45%. Not even 40%. I think Switzerland is one of the lowest taxes when it comes to business tax. Kaya doon lahat nag-flock ang mga ang daming company sa Switzerland yung nagiging, Switzerland is what? It's a tax haven. Tax haven kasi very low ang income tax nila and yet very high ang standard ng living nila. And how much is their business tax? Lower than us. Lower than us. Ang taas ng business tax sa atin, yung personal tax, pareho lang yata to our neighboring countries. How is it that in point of development, hospital na very basic, hindi natin kayang i-provide? Why? Why? Oh, why? Oh, why? Oh, why? Why? I don't have any answer. Okay. Kasi kung sasagot ako, baka sabihin nyo, manamot na, kaya hiya-hiya. Okay. Hindi ko nasasagutin yun. Sagutin nyo. I'm just saying, why is it that Switzerland? I think, okay, let's see. Para sabihin nyo naman, I'm blabbering that Switzerland. Sina natin. Switzerland, magkano ba ang business tax? Switzerland. Okay, what is the business tax of it? Compare lang naman natin sa Philippines. Switzerland. Business tax. Or, ano man tawag? Corporate tax pala, sorry. You call it corporate tax. Okay, corporate tax, magkano? Okay, let's see. Accept. Okay, tingnan din. Okay, here. Corporate tax in Switzerland is likely to apply to anyone who runs a business in the country, whether they're setting up business as sole traders, limited companies, or work as a part of partnership. Okay, corporate tax rates in Switzerland. Tingnan natin. Switzerland is an attractive destination for foreign business owners and investors, thanks to its low tax rates. The federal Swiss corporate tax rate is a flat 8.5%, but cantonal tax rates can vary differently. The maximum corporate tax rate, including all federal, cantonal, and communal taxes, is between 11.9% and 21%, 21.6%. Can you imagine? I repeat. Diba? See, I repeat it again. Switzerland is an attractive destination for foreign business owners and investors thanks to its low tax rates. Tingnan nyo. So, ang tax rate nila is between corporate tax nila is between 11.9% to 21.6%. Let's see the corporate tax of, tingnan natin ang corporate tax ng Philippines. Okay. Compare nga natin. Tapos compare pa natin ang income tax. Tingnan natin. Corporate tax. Philippines. Okay, let's see. You see? Ano naman? Income residents in the Philippines tax progressively. Income tax in the Philippines is 5% to 32% and above. That is income tax, no? Okay, income tax, tingnan natin. Income tax Philippines is 5 to 32%, okay? 32%. Tingnan natin ang corporate tax ang hinahanap ko para kung may compare natin sa Switzerland. Bakit ko kino-compare sa Switzerland? Dahil compare ko lang naman sa Switzerland kasi light years advance ang Switzerland sa atin eh. Pero ang tax lang nila is 11.9 to 21%. Ang corporate tax nila. Pinag-uusapan natin ito kasi look at Ifugao. Back to the hospital again. Ang laki-laki ng tax sa Pilipinas, wala man lang hospital. Case in point, Lagawi, Ifugao. I mean, Ifugao province. Walang hospital, nakakahiya. Tignan natin ang corporate tax ng Pilipinas kung magkano. Corporate tax. Okay. A corporate tax is called corporation tax. What is the meaning of it? What is the corporate tax in the Philippines? Ito na. Okay. Bakit ayaw ano? No? Naku, na-block ang ano ko. Bakit ayaw? What is the corporate? Okay, 30%. The applicable CIT rate for both resident and non-resident corporation is 30% based on net taxable income. Wow! Did you hear that? Our corporate tax in the Philippines is a whopping 30%. 30%. 30%. For resident and non-resident corporations is 30%. Okay? Switzerland, very, very advanced Switzerland, is 11.9 to 21% only. Compared to 30% na corporate tax in the Philippines. O tingnan natin, ano ang kayang i-provide ng Switzerland as services to their people. Oh my God, those of you who have ever been to Switzerland, I've been to Switzerland pero I just drove and I just saw a small portion of Switzerland. But the part na nakita ko, mga kalsada pa lang nila, ang gaganda, ang mga nila, yung mga mountains nila na wala ko po, instead anan kuman mong ka, nan tapno, waday mong kauulon raksi, anak kayang naadaninit, anam indayan na kamayat, nung kamayat. Oh my God. I don't know, hindi ako na hospital doon kaya hindi ko alam kung ano ang style ng hospital nila, but ng healthcare nila, I don't know. And I don't know, I haven't talked to anybody living in Switzerland, so I don't have an idea what their healthcare is about. But sa infra nilang so far na nag-drive off lang ako, that small part that I see of Switzerland, wow, beautiful country. And their corporate tax, it's between 11.9 to 21%. Ang corporate tax ng Pilipinas is 30%. Saan natin dinadala? Tell me, saan natin dinadala? Saan natin dinadala? Okay. Answer that. Pagka magsagot ako na naman, sasabihin nyo naman, umanamot. I hate that. Please, don't say it again nga ng umanamot. Because if I can, I will come home, okay? Don't ever say that to me. Because, I mean, like, never mind. Ayoko makipag-away doon. But please lang na, wag niyong sabing umanamot ka doon because I'm trying not to be offended, but sometimes, ano ba naman, I'm trying to make an effort, tapos sabihin pang umanamot ka. I mean, hindi nyo na-realize, just my effort of keeping ICW going it take a huge effort of my time. Oya, mamihan ay muna hunggap ulit wall, ya kumali ay nakayang mi parangalhiingaan. Ay, manamot na ngayon nilam. My God naman, you know. Kung anak kita, go wash your mouth with the soap. Okay? So, the corporate tax of Switzerland is 11 to 21%, while the Philippines is 30%. Scandalous or not? Think about it. Okay, let's see. While the income tax of the Philippines is from 5 to 32%. Tingnan natin ang income tax ng Switzerland. Why am I comparing it to Switzerland? Because, you know, everybody talks about Switzerland, how nice it is. Although I know that it's very expensive to live in Switzerland, but you know, their standard of living is so high, you know. Okay. So, income tax. Switzerland. Okay, Switzerland. Let's see ang income tax ng Switzerland. Okay. Ano ba ito? I know God loves. Tagal sumagot ni Google. Sana ko naman dinadala. Switzerland. A page not found daw. Okay, click the wrong. What we are doing is we're trying to compare the taxes of Switzerland in the Philippines. Why am I comparing it? I'm comparing it kasi nga lang in frustration. Bakit ang taas-taas ng tax ng Pilipinas compared to Switzerland, the most, I don't know what country in the world, mas mababang malayo ang tax nila, tapos mas advanced sila. Ang corporate tax nila is 9% to 21%. Ang corporate tax ng Pilipinas is, for both resident and foreign, is 30%. So ngayon, tinitingnan natin ang income tax. Income tax of Switzerland is from a range, Philippines is 5 to 32%. Switzerland is what? What is the income tax of Switzerland? Go. Wait. People ask, are taxes low in Switzerland? How can I tax in Switzerland? Living in Switzerland, taxes in Switzerland, income tax for foreigners. So tingnan natin. Switzerland is famed for its financial arrangements, both nationally and internationally. Its tax rates may at first seem complicated, but there are benefits if the rules are followed. This article examines how taxes work in Switzerland. Switzerland is a federal republic, officially known as the Swiss Confederation, and it is divided into administrative areas known as cantons. Taxes are levied by the individual cantons as well as the government. Municipalities can also levy taxes, often referred to as communal tax. Since 1990, federal tax harmonization law, cantons can set their tax rates or establish new taxes, with the exception of taxes set by the state. Swiss citizens and foreign employees who have residence permit must, tax brackets in Switzerland. May tax bracket pala, taxable income. Gusto ko sana yung kung ilang percentage, hindi binibigay dito For example, the communal tax of, hindi pala. It cannot give a one-sentence answer kasi dito pala, Switzerland is sabi dito, complicated ang tax system nila, although, sabi nila dito maganda. Ang tax, Switzerland is a federal state and then divided into cantons, regions. And then each canton can levy their own taxes, except for taxes levied by the national government. Kaya, hindi natin ma-search na what is the income tax. I guess hindi pare-pareho. Hindi pare-pareho from each region to another kasi canton daw ang regions or cantons ang mag-dictate ng taxes per region. So I think it's not, unless we will go in depth, then we will find out na, sa ganitong canton, ganito. So no, I thought na makikita ko na ganito, but hindi. But suffice is to say na their corporate tax is a bracket of 11.9 to 20% compared to the Philippines, which is 30%. Now, saan pa natin Hi, Jassy B! You are in the house. Thanks for watching. I'm just blabbering here, okay? Let's see. Corporate tax of Singapore, the Switzerland of Asia. Okay, let's see. Tax. corporate tax Singapore. I'm curious. Very ano ang Singapore corporate tax. Okay, Singapore. You know, Europeans love to invest in Singapore. So let's see kung ano ang bakit ba attractive. Wow. Wow naman, no wonder pala. Very attractive sa mga foreigners. Did you know? Wow! Baka ito palang sikreto ng Switzerland. Do you know, the corporate tax rate of Singapore is a flat rate of 17%. 17% contra 30% if you are a businessman wanting to do business. Which country will you choose? Singapore or the Philippines? Ang corporate tax ng Philippines is 30%. Singapore is 17%. Hindi lang yan. Singapore is open to foreign business. Wala silang 60-40 law. Can be wholly foreign owned. Hindi ba? Hindi gaya ng Philippines na 60-40. 40% lang ang maximum for foreigners. So no wonder na mabango pala ang Switzerland compared to the Philippines. Sinan mo, ang corporate tax lang nila is 17%. Philippines, 30%. Ay, puaya. Let's see, Malaysia. Let's compare it to Malaysia. Malaysian corporate tax. Okay, so let's see. 17% is for Singapore corporate tax, okay? Singapore. Now, tingnan natin ang Malaysian corporate tax. Tingnan natin. Tayo siguro ang pinakamataas. Aha. The prevailing corporate tax rate in Malaysia is 24%. In general, corporations are taxed on all income derived from Malaysia. However, there are certain exceptions to this. Such exceptions apply to corporations involved in banking, assurance, blah, blah, blah. But the tax rate for Malaysia is 17%. Okay, I know. 24%. Mataas din, Malaysia is 24% corporate tax. Dami po kasing buhaya sa Pinas. You are right, ate. Ito ang sinasabi. Dami po kasing buhaya sa Pinas. You are right, ate. Let's dapat lang talaga that our selected and voted officials should fight for the improvement of our poor province in order to satisfy the need and clamor of all Ifugaos. We are now in year 2000. We all soon be dead and gone. At least man lang the new and forthcoming generations will see and enjoy established province in the near future. Yan po ang sabi ng isang Facebook user. Agree po tayo doon na Ifugao deserves to move forward and I don't see any reason bakit hindi mag-move forward ang Ifugao. Unang-una, magagaling ang mga Ifugao I mean, I think in fairness, magagaling ang mga Ifugao talaga. Mahaluta umet. I don't think whether they mahiga, but I think mahaluta because kung sabihin mo na ako na ang pinakamahiga na Ifugao, but I mean, I don't think I am mahiga really. I mean, I'm maybe the most mahiga in Ifugao, ba? Sa Ifugao, adi man lazy. So, but we cannot do any change. I mean, how will we expect any change if we are ukod ayu, na nobody wants to say anything if something is going wrong. Nothing will change. Nothing will change. Honestly, nothing will change. I'm not saying that because of ICW something will change. No, that's stupid thinking. No, nothing. Because of ICW, it's not that it will change, but hopefully, because of ICW, napapag-usapan na kaya ang agayan ng ICW, nako, adi na ibaga-baga. So lahat naman mag-isip kayo, why is it important to know? Ay, wadagam kapkapya undan kwan, sport complex, ang napintas pemantirin ang waday barbaron governor to governor dali po kuya, pinhodnan waday sport complex. So inirataw na in news. Wa ita nagibuy term niya, ang may inat taganan ni sport complex, ang nga ngay dinangat. So at least inira taon and next ang governor or waday mong puntara ya kalantoy. ay no nga ta ibotos da ano ito ngay plano ituloy mo ba ng sport complex wino mga piago udunggo project mo para naman pag nag-vote tayo adi kalon di ibotos sa ngay takalon yun napibotos da wala siyang rason ibobotos mo lang daw dahil tulang niyo o ibobotos lang mo lang daw dahil classmate mo. I mean, if all of us will vote like that, what will happen? What will happen? What will happen? Nothing. Why will nothing happen? Because it is a truth. Let us examine why nothing will happen. I don't know where does it say, but I read it somewhere na. If, for instance, kaya nga majority, o kung sabihin natin, okay, if majority of voters in Ifugao are wise voters and they vote honestly for whom they believe are qualified to run Ifugao. If honest voters prevail and they vote honestly from their heart and using their good judgment, no ngay talaga mayatan maging opisyal tao. As long as this majority will, as long as wise and good voters will be majority, chances are we will still elect good leaders. But if time will come that the majority will be paid voters, that the majority will be voters based on blood, will be based on money, what do you think will happen to Ifugao? You know, if majority of bad voters will win, their bad choice will win, what will happen to Ifugao? Uray no wadaday udum ano ohan mayat an mong puntaray an Ifugao ang mga putya. Overvote dahway bad because it's a democracy, you know. It's a democracy. It's the rule of the majority. So ang sinasabi ko lang naman is, let's try to educate ourselves with issues going on so that we will vote using our minds and our hearts and our judgment for what is truly good for Ifugao. So that good voters and wise voters will remain the majority. I'm not saying na adi good voters you might be right. Now we all have the right to vote, but please, let's see to it that the majority of voters will be good because all our wish, like Facebook users, to see, we all want to see a better Ifugao for the next generations to come. And the way I see it, I don't know if we are heading for better Ifugao. I really don't know. The way I see it, as of now, Ifugao is up. Ifugao is up. When you go home to Ifugao, ang lalaki ng mga bahay. Seemingly, Ifugao is very, very, very progressive. And that has nothing to do with politics. It has something to do with OFWs going out of the country. It has something to do with nurses going out of the country. Oh, looking back to the time, during our time, and di abroad, di ay patog ang mahmoktan uray hi school ya. Amuna ha, uray pa no JS from ya, uniform di usaronte, midha pong gatang hilubong. Oh, koronda may, o tama po, adi ayo mo nulubong uray JS from mo, adi tagumatang hilubong, anay usaron niya uniform, te maida pangatang. Hindi goya intramurals, goya mid go ha t-shirt, te. Uray go t-shirt, ang ditapay di mun print ya, may mong complain day parents, te may dahigat tang da t-shirt. Ang narakapay, te, white t-shirt ya muna, ya ditamoy mun print ya. Hindi goya kinaanda go ta uniform mo anuta te maida pangatang times were that difficult, but it brought in us ang daming graduates kaya from that time na patch ang daming graduates, so all nurses abroad who are caregivers abroad, ang dami. Move forward to this generation, yung mga anak na mostly na napakapap abroad, there are some na umangat, their children finish ganyan graduate sila, well and good. Asam, well and good, congratulations. But we cannot deny the fact na dako dagoy imbabaleta uhuan gaputami pe manang parents dan edang bumaklahin papangili tawada pum pa school himbabale at hay problema ya otware pum pa school mot dango na mun school an adina go iphod anun drop out. So you see, I mean, to begin with, parents, medahan nun abroad naman, takalo na agata mo na abroad tatin nakangina tayo tuition fin, o nga ito na mumpay kol himbabalik. Then, nung pun abroad daw parents. Di igoto na abroad daw, oyawada of pegoy pumpa school, dahangoy pumpa schoolon, an makawang hede, ungan adira rin mo. Or mun school de na mag-on nag-aganda shift. Tiko, ni ngadan mo. So I think we have to go back to basics, yeah? Like I was saying earlier, to have money, to be educated, to want to have the biggest house, the nicest car, all good yan, all good yan. If we hearken unto the Lord. And then we research what hearken means. Hearken means listen unto the Lord. What? Listen to what? The Lord is not there to talk to you. So what do we listen to? We listen by reading our Bible, by reading our scriptures, by listening to the pastors, what they are preaching, by going to church, by, listening, hearkening, listening, and doing what is being preached by our catechists, by our priests, and by doing our best as parents, not only to provide material things for our children, but giving them good, happy memories, because it is these happy, good memories which will last a lifetime for them. It is what they will make them cry when they are not there. Like me, my apo gayon is very poor. What did she ever give me? She's just a poor old woman going to a munggabot kabigabigat, but I remember her fondly. Not because she bought me anything, she has nothing. But because I piman, I remember her and mong kutiman, inamong na ng kutiman na taidat na iletin, dan may ninditaklin letin mong kutim para iya, mong kutim kanonat kutimon pay apuna. I remember that. And if I remember that, it makes me want to be a good mother too with my kids, and at least try to be a better person. I'm not saying that I'm a better person. Kalon you go, nayaman, I'm better person. Ano, I'll be the first one to know I'm zero. I'm struggling to be better. I'm struggling to be, I cannot even be good to myself. I'm a sick person. What does that mean? I have not been good to myself, right? I have not been good to myself. So if I cannot even be good to myself, how dare I say that I am good with other people? But the only thing I say is I keep trying. Like now, am I a good host for Ifugao cyberspace? Definitely not. Nada. You're seeing I'm just blabbering here. But does that stop me from doing a Ifugao Cyber live channel? No, it doesn't stop me. Okay, it doesn't stop me. And I hope it doesn't stop you too from doing good, from trying your best. And I hope it will not, you will stop from being the most worshiping, having the most nicest Louis Vuitton and following the greatest whatever. And wala namang maidudulit na masama, ay na maganda. So what I'm trying to say is, be the most kindest person that you can be. Be the most nicest guys, nicest sibling, nicest brother, nicest sister, nicest daughter, son. You create beautiful memories with your family. It doesn't even have expensive memories. It can be memories like my mom. My mom, we never had happy birthdays. Nayaman te kamong birthday handi. But I remember my mom, if we are coming from, if it's our first day coming from college, nagabi de epe manya na anusan na nuhadih baleta, wada mo'y manok or pato party o na for our homecoming. That's her way of saying happy birthday to us. And I remember that, because to stay home for her is a great sacrifice. Then mahapol pa na emun hawangan, papanamak na piho, pumbayad tuition fee. But on occasions like agawid ami peman yan kaya ano hadi mamata ngan ego wada mo indara na peman de ihaang na urehi taita. Oh my God. So what I'm saying is, try to create beautiful memories. They needn't be expensive memories. They just have to be from your heart. They just have to be with a purpose and saying, wow, I will do this, so that hopefully it will make my child be a better person. Because how can you ask your child to be the very best that they can be if you are not even trying to be the very best that you can be? My children are here. They will be the number one to tell you that I will always ask them to be the best that they can be. But their objection is, Mom, are you doing the same? And I always tell them, believe me, I'm doing, even if it doesn't seem like it. So same thing, I'm telling you all this, Ifugao Cyber Channel viewers, I'm telling you all this, not because I'm the best, because I'm the worst. I'm telling you because I want you to be the very best, for your own families, for your own children, for Ifugao in general. You know, we always say we are proud Ifugaos. I wonder what that really means, you know. I wonder what that really means. Do you know? Can you please type here? What do you mean to be a great Ifugao? You know? Hey, somebody's watching from us. Watching po ma'am, sabi ni Facebook user. So for those who are just tuning in, let me recap of what we have been talking about. Para hindi kayo malito, ano bang pinagsasabi ni Leticia? Nonsense naman. So ang pinagsasabi natin, at the beginning, sabi ko, every day, mag-aral tayo ng isang language. Okay, ang pinag-aralan natin is how to say good morning in, what again? In Italian, okay? So good morning in Italian is buona mattina. Buona mattina. Okay? Ewan ko kung saan yung stress, but it is buona mattina. Buona mattina. Good morning. Buona mattina. Or you can also say buongiorno. Oh, wow, I think I said that right. Buongiorno. 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 And that's also good morning. Buongiorno or buona mattina. Buona mattina. So for 1 week, I will always saying buona mattina. Buongiorno. Good morning to all our listeners. Buongiorno. Buona mattina. Huh? Did I say it right? Yeah. Buona mattina. Buongiorno. Good morning. Okay. So, and then we talk about, we played the what is the greatest trivia. Why did we play the what is the greatest trivia? My purpose in playing that is for us to realize that the world is being obsessed with what is the best, what is the greatest, what is the greatest. This is my ranking. What is the greatest philanthropist? My ranking. What is the most beautiful Korean drama? My ranking. What is the most, my Hall of Famers, ano ba yun, ng mga who is who. And then kaya in our personal lives, ginagaya din natin yan eh. Sa personal life natin, we want to be the best dress. We want to have the most beautiful collier. We want to collect branded bags, branded eyeglasses, branded whatever. I mean, gold rings, diamond rings, endless yan. If we start to collect material things, we become slaves unto it. And what's wrong with that? You know, what's wrong with collecting so many things? You know, our ego becomes higher and higher and our pride becomes bigger and bigger. What's wrong with having a big ego and a huge pride? It will be our downfall. Why? Because when we are so proudful, we start to look down at other people and hurt other people and hurt those who we love. We start to collect things and use people so that we will have more and more and more material things. We have more and more. We can be the bestest, the whoever. And then we will forget. We will become very selfish people. We'll become so selfish. In the end, we'll become selfish and prideful. And on your deathbed, believe me, on your deathbed, who will say, oh yeah, Peman, nadakko di balena, oh yeah, dakko alahas na, and he has the biggest car in town, the biggest house in town. I mean, will it profit you? You know, so what I'm saying is, what if we collect all these things, we endeavor to become rich? That is good. That's good. Because all the riches are created for us to enjoy. But, yan ang sabi ko, but my restriction. We can all enjoy these material things. But let us avoid pride. Let's avoid being prideful on looking down on our neighbor just because we have more than them, just because we think we are better than them, just because we are more, I don't know. We have more of something, and then we look down on other people. So to have more of something is good if we avoid pride. And especially if we hearken unto the Lord. Hearken means we listen unto the Lord. How do we listen unto the Lord? Does Heavenly Father come and talk to us? Does God come down and talk to us? No. God comes to talk to us through the Bible. And we can read the Bible we can ponder the Bible, we can, study the Bible, and we can listen to our pastors. We can, at a click, we can listen to spiritual messages on YouTube. We can read the religious posts of our friends on social media. What I'm trying to say is, all riches are important if we hearken unto the Lord. So meaning, all these riches are nonsense if we do not hearken unto the Lord, because all these riches will cause us to be prideful, will have egos as big as I don't know, and it will lead us to our own damnation. It will lead us to our own damnation, because on our dying bed, on the last day, if ever there's a judgment, God will be on the judgment bar. How will we defend ourselves if we will say, okay, Leticia, or why will I let you enter the kingdom of God? According to my list, you were crazy doing this. You were crazy scamming other people. You were crazy amassing wealth that you did not even help anybody. You discriminated your neighbor. You refused to help. I mean, you think he's going to let me pass? But if God said, oh, Leticia, I see that you did some good. This did. Maybe I will let you burn a little bit and not burn completely. That is how I am hoping. If ever there is hellfire and brimstone, please, I'll try to at least merit a small fire para naman tumakot man in hellfire. No, it's not a laughing matter. Ha? You think adi ay tumakot ti hellfire? You think wala may the hellfire? There is. If you read the Bible, it says hellfire and brimstone. One day we will talk about the hellfire that the Bible is talking now. But for now, my warning is just, avoid to be the greatest of anything or everything, the mostest in some things, just so you can feed your ego and feed your pride and look down at your neighbor and dig your own grave to damnation. So that on the last day, God will say, no. No. You just wasted your time on earth, being the most on anything and everything, so you can look down at your neighbor. So no. You don't belong to my house. You belong at S house. You know what's the S house? Satan's house. Okay, we will all go to that. Hey, I see we have 6 viewers, but yeah, that's better than none. Okay, so and then I went on to talk about our woos in Ifugao, of course. Bakit wala pa tayong ospital? And then, of course, hindi kasalanan ng mga. I think actually wala pa tayong hospital. Please don't take me wrong. Hindi kasalanan ng any administration yan eh. Actually, it's not. I think it's more of it's really a problem of, government processes which is so slow. Hindi masyadong na-check. So, nandyan yung pera. Kasi may budget naman yung IGS. Nandyan yung pera. Kaya lang, in the process of bidding and all that, execution and all that, hindi very effective. And I'm not blaming any one system. And I'm not again saying that, umari angay na kayang nakarating akin, you have all the problems of bureaucracy. No, I cannot, okay? I'm just saying that, you should not blame the IGH problem on any single official or any single government agency. I think it is a problem of altogether na yan. So I think if government agencies streamline nila ang processes nila, ang monitoring, or streamline nila their processes to make it more responsive to make it more effective, then things will improve. So, wag na namang sabihin na kayang nakaraing amakat korekom. No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying as per observation that you cannot blame the IGH problem on any one political group or on any one government agency. Is a total failure of I think it's parang a total of all yung mga weaknesses ng government agencies taken together. So I hope that siguro naman, because with internet now and all resources available, government agencies will be able to improve their service delivery or their, I don't know how they call it, processes. So we will move forward. In the meantime, that we cannot impact changes within government agencies, we focus on ourselves. What can we do? So ito nga, I am trying to think, trying to do something that we can talk about the greatest, so that yes, it's good to be the greatest, to be the best in anything, to be rich and to amass anything and everything, but we have to hearken unto the Lord. How do we hearken unto the Lord? We read our scriptures, our Bible, we listen to our pastors. As mothers, we have very great influence with our children. We try to teach them the basics. We try to not only teach them the basics, but give them good memories, make them feel good. Give them good examples, best examples. So that, sino ba naman ang tutularan nila kung hindi tayo? Okay, but I want to link this to another one, but I think I'm live already going 2 hours, and I like to end the broadcast here. We will continue this discussion tomorrow, and I hope all of you who have tuned up, please give me comments, give me feedback. What can I do to improve? Do you want live streams to be very short and very focused, or you just want me to talk? For me, I just want to talk kasi kung naman i-research ko talaga, i-prepare ko, hey, I have other things to do. So I'm doing the best I can. Mag-research na lang ako kung online ako. I just have an idea what to do and then go online and research, do it while I'm talking, and we will research all the time. Because if you want me to, come up with a, production that, complicated things that I have to show you graph or whatever, excuse me, no, I cannot do that. I have other things to do. And if you expect me to, make a very, very excellent, very professional thing, I cannot do that. I'm sorry, I can't, and I will not. It will be too much for me, and I will stop after 3 days. But if you let me just talk, when, we will research together like we did today, then that's more. That's better. I can do it on the long term. Okay? Parang nakipag-usap lang ako sa iyo, nakipag-chika-chika ako sa neighbor. So I can do that. I can do that long term. So, okay. Shout out to na yung mga sinasabi ng Facebook users. Shout out to Gumilu, to Jassy B, OFW Kailian, and all our Facebook users who are watching today. I hope you will watch our daily live streams. Today, I will have daily live streams. I'll try to arrange my schedule and my time para magkaroon tayo ng fixed time na mag-live stream. Okay, in the meantime, I will need your feedback. And I will end with our language lesson for today. Bona mattina. Bona mattina. Buongiorno. Good morning. Okay, that is Italian. Bona mattina. Buongiorno. And with that, my friends, hey, I say au revoir. Goodbye. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Thank you for watching. Please go to ICW and give me feedback para alam ko kung ano ba ang nakakairitang ginagawa ko, what do you want me to change, okay? Help me to improve, give me feedback, bully me, but just give me feedback so we can improve. Bye-bye. Okay, that's the end of our broadcast today. And by the way, that is our 4th broadcast for Ifugao Cyber Channel. A YouTube channel for a cost. Okay, support us. If you did not yet subscribe, please go to YouTube, click YouTube, type Ifugao Cyber Channel, click subscribe and watch. And please share the link to your friends. Au revoir, goodbye. End of broadcast. End the broadcast.